gmail.com. And I'm going live on YouTube now. So, officially, hello everybody. I'm Sophia. I'm your host. Thank you for joining us today. We live stream on Fridays at 10 a.m. Pacific time, and you're going to have to Google what time that is your time because I don't know what time zone you're in. I have a couple different people with me today because our usual hosts aren't here. So, co-host, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure thing. Hi, everyone. I don't know if you remember me. I was on a couple streams a couple weeks ago. Time's a blur. I'm Taryn. I am a marketing artist over at Kongregate, and I'm so excited to be here. Conquer is extremely fun. You will see my butt get handed to me, but you know, that's a part of the game, so.
It is, and it's really fun. This is definitely one of the new games that I have been playing a lot on Kongregate, like one of our new games that we just added that like I can't get enough of. We just updated Burrito Bison Lancha Libre, and
Yes.
I also can't get enough of that one. I've been playing that one way too much. So check that one out as well. And then we have our guest. And you know what I've noticed? Taryn, you always seem to join us when we have a special guest. So,
Ooh.
guest, can you introduce yourself?
Ba-ba-da-ba.
Hi. Yeah, so my name is Mike, and I made this game, and I'm very much looking forward to see our wonderful guest struggle with it today. And
Definitely will.
ocean between us because it can be very punishing, very frustrating. So I'm glad there won't be any struggling happens.
Split my computer.
Yeah, so basically, Taryn, you always join us whenever we have a developer on, but we're going to have more developers on as we continue these live streams. So if you like to ask questions to the developers, please come into the chat, ask questions. We want to say hi to you, and we want to give you free creds. And the way to do that is by chatting with us in the YouTube chat. So if you've joined us on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, or any of the other places that I've forgotten that we're live streaming in, please join us on YouTube if you'd like to win free creds. All you have to do is chat with us and make sure that we have your Kongregate username, because we can't give you creds if you don't have a Kongregate username. But you definitely can go just make one if you win. Just make sure to let us know what the username is. And since Adrian is out today, I'll let him know what your username is when he gets back so that you can get those free creds. So, would you like to begin playing Conquer?
I will. Let's do this.
Nice. And Mike, you're going to have to like help us a little bit, is my guess. I mean, it's a really fun game.
It is.
It requires some strategy. One of our coworkers likened it to chess. Because there's just so much forethought, you know, when every turn that you do. So I'm definitely expecting that we're gonna need some help.
Oh yeah.
Okay, I'll consider it, but I think I also will enjoy watching you.
Me struggle. No, I totally get that. I love that. You
Yes.
expand.
Like, I don't have that opportunity often to actually watch people. It would be even
Oh, I
better
love
for
that.
me if it was the first time you saw the game, because that's like the best feedback about like the intuitiveness of it and so on. But this is also good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a good point. So if you want, you can also share your feedback with the game. You can also do that in the comments of the comments section of the game. So I put the link of the game in the description in YouTube if you want to go ahead and play with us and challenge Taryn. And then yeah, you can leave your feedback on the game, and that way the developers can see like, oh, what do you like about the game? What do you not like about the game? What do you have a love-hate relationship with in the game?
Alright. Ooh, he mad.
Yeah.
I would
I'm
love if I
telling my
somehow
mom.
I would love if I somehow just like completely failed this like intro. Haha, there we
We
go.
really have to.
Is it even possible to fail this intro level? Out of curiosity?
Uh, I guess technically no, because the opponent is actually forbidden from building pikemen, so you have that tower in place,
Ah,
but you can kind of bankrupt yourself, I guess, if you...
I
yeah,
yep,
there would be a way to get a stalemate, I suppose.
I see.
But you're doing good, it looks like.
There's kind of a way to do badly. There's a way to embarrass yourself.
Pikeman.
Yes.
Boom. Oh,
Ooh, you are victorious. Also, I just realized I didn't have you mute the tab, but it's totally fine because there
oh.
were just a few sound effects. And honestly, sometimes I think some people in chat want to hear the sound. It's just like,
I know. I realized. Was that sound blaring?
no. Well, not
Okay,
to me,
good.
but maybe it was to
Okay,
other
good.
people. Okay, people in the chat, tell us how loud was that sound? Do we need to turn it down?
I love that sound. Blasted!
Yes.
Here he goes again. This time, God,
Yes.
we landed quite close to our town. We should focus on defense this turn.
Yeah,
Here
this
we
is
go.
the first real threat.
So, let's see. Plan is to run says, did you do anything interesting in the past week? So, I wasn't here last week. Adrian and I both, well, actually, Adrian wasn't the host last week either. It was Francisco, Francisco and Alicia. But we both, like, I went out and then now he's out. But I went glamping. Yes, I went glamping.
Ooh.
Yes. It was very fun. I went on lots of fun hikes. Did either of you do anything interesting in the past week or so, or since the last time you came on the live stream? I know, Mike, this is your first
I've
time.
done anything interesting in my life.
Yes. Your entire life. And past lives, maybe.
Nothing that comes really up. I'm quite like newly at a new job, so there's been a lot of interesting stuff. But
Ooh.
Yeah, so that's actually one of the things is you don't work in the gaming industry as your job, but you create games.
yeah, I guess it's you can say I create games. I kind of finished one game so far, and it's this one. Or yeah, I would say it's very easy to actually like start creating games, but finishing them, that's like an entirely different ball game. But yeah, it's like purely a hobby, and like maybe I would like to switch to like actual indie developer at some point as a career, but it's also really nice to have it just as a hobby and like don't worry about this having to like provide you with a living and really just having fun with it. It's what allows me to like focus on the details and like spend really unreasonable time like polishing everything and not like worrying about being like efficient or anything.
Yeah. Well, I really, really love Conquer. It's a really great game, so
It is.
thank you.
Out of curiosity, like, how long did it take for you to make Conquer?
Oh yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah, it's not easy to say because I made like an earlier version of this game like basically 4 years ago, and I think it took a few months of like throughout the weekends and so on, and that like taught me a lot about programming games and got to a point where it was like almost impossible to continue because I got myself into a bit of a mess. So then I like put it away and came back to it like a few years later, and armed with like my experiences from trying to make it first time, it went better. And I would say I spent like 1 year getting it to the point that it was like playable. And yeah, and it's like last August I actually like shared it with online, and since then I've been improving it for like about another year. And when I say these time periods, it's always like throughout the weekends. As I say, it's a hobby, so not like full-time development or everything.
Wow, that's amazing. So are you self-taught in like coding, or is that also kind of your full-time job?
Yeah, it's my programming is my full-time job, although not like game
Okay.
development. So that definitely made things a lot easier.
I see. That's
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, that makes sense.
The
I'm-
last
At the
certainly
same time,
shows.
like it was
What was?
not as easy as I thought transitioning from my normal. My job is mostly like web development, web applications, and such, and I thought like it would be pretty easy. But yeah, it's the game development. I found out it's not really easy. It's actually pretty hard, like things you may try to make. So I learned many lessons the hard way, but I also found out that learning things the hard way is often the best way, because that's how you really like internalize it. And yeah, so I'm getting better at this. Maybe I will finish another game at some point, and it won't take years that time.
That's fun. Taryn, have you ever tried programming or coding or anything?
Honestly, not really. It's something that I definitely would like to try. Definitely seems overwhelming. But no, I would definitely love to try it. I don't know if I'd be able to make something as beautifully polished as Conquer, but you know, maybe one day we will see.
I always
can-
say like that programming is like craft that you can only really learning by practicing it. You can't expect to like watch a bunch of videos or study a bunch of stuff and then start like programming. That would be like trying to like be a painter and starting like working on some masterpiece right off. You just need to take it step by step. But it's, I think today it's much easier to start than it used to be, and I would say it's definitely fun, but maybe I'm just weird. But to me, it's always like this amazing toy that, like, I always liked like interactive toys and things that like you can play with and react in different way. And like, programming is the ultimate version of that to me. It's like you have the computer and you can make it do whatever you want, show things, react to things. So it's, I think it can be really fun. It's also when you really get to it and start working on some project, unfortunately, there's also a lot of just fighting with random problems, and very easy to get discouraged, but you have to fight through it. And over time, you get the confidence to know that whatever issue you're dealing with, you like will figure it out in the end, and it's fun. Definitely.
Yeah. So, okay, what are you doing here, Taryn? I did this level a
Sorry,
few days ago,
I was
and
literally
it was
just like-
really...
Sorry, what?
I was just saying, so, like, what are you up to? I did this level a few days ago, and I lost times before I finally got it right.
So this guy just got stranded. This little guy.
Yeah,
There he is. I
they
love
like
the little,
to do that.
Yeah, I love the little exclamation and question mark. Just got stranded. He's pissed.
Yeah.
We're trying to infiltrate this guy right
So
here.
angry.
Yeah, I know. I love that. I love the little emotions.
A big important rule in this game is like both you and your opponent really need to try to not get your soldiers separated from your towns. So when you manage to do that for the opponent, that's when they get stranded like this with the question mark, and they are basically
Yeah.
They get separated.
So, some people are asking when when is Adrian coming back?
Aww.
So, Adrian and Francisco switch off as hosts every week. And so Francisco was here last week. Or wait. Yeah. Wait. Yeah? Wait. Yeah. Francisco was here last week. Sorry.
Time's a blur.
And then Adrian would be here, but he's not here this week. And so Taryn is filling in. And then Francisco will be here next week. And then Adrian will be here the week after that. So hopefully that answers. I know for a second there I was like, wait, yeah? It was because I just got confused for a second. Yeah, and they were playing Death by Chocolatier, which is a game that the Kongregate squad came out with, and it features like companions. It's one in a big series of games, and it was the first one that had a level editor. So if you haven't made a level, go make a level. Yeah, it'll be fun. Um, and what else? What else? Somebody said, let's see. Planis Teren said, "Did you learn programming by yourself or did you take any classes?" Wait, did you already ask that, Taryn?
Kind of, but I'm sure Mike can elaborate a bit more.
Yeah, I have the fortune that like my father was a developer, so I got introduced to it really early as a kid, and then like I knew, like I really enjoyed from the start, so I really knew that's the path I want to pursue. So like I also went to the high school and university focused on that, so it was really my destiny from quite early on. But I don't want to definitely discourage any fun. Like today, I think it's easier than ever to just start, no matter how like old you are. Or yeah, it's as I said, it's a craft. It needs a lot of practice, but I don't think like you need to be particularly talented or anything to do that.
Yeah. Actually today I am streaming in a little bit different room than usual. Because I was trying to use my camera instead of my webcam, but it didn't work out because as I was trying to figure it all out, it ran out of battery.
Ain't that
So
right?
next week, hopefully, I can actually have it all figured out and make sure that I'm doing it correctly and, set it up maybe the night before so that I can then charge my battery overnight again.
Ain't they on the
Um,
way?
but because of that, I have my computer resting on some Python books.
There you
Just
go.
like a ton of Python textbooks that I just have. So,
This is the level in particular where like I almost disassociate
oh my
because I'm so
gosh.
just like laser focused.
Okay, let's see. Campaign Island 4 Reckoning. Oh
I know.
gosh. Well, I see
Dun,
why
dun,
it's
dun, dun, dun.
yeah.
There it is.
See why it's called that.
I love that.
Oh no, we have been defeated.
Been defeated. Don't worry.
Okay. Welcome to Godfrey's home island. Time to put an end to his raids once and for. Oh my god! He's way more powerful than I expected. We're doomed! Doomed!
Doomed.
Can you tell that I'm a really good actor?
You are.
Can I hire you for like voice acting for this?
There you go.
I would be happy to do that.
Let's do this.
We've
How did you
had some.
choose? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Sophia.
Oh, I was just gonna say we've had some other live streams where I've done some really amazing voice acting, so.
I love that.
By really amazing, I mean really terrible.
This is a creative choice question for you, Mike. I feel like I kind of already know the answer, but did you at one point like add music to this game at all, or no? Were you just like, no, it's gonna take away?
No, it's definitely not by design.
Yeah.
On my direct, the sounds in general, I would say, are the weakest big point of the game at the moment, and I intend to do something about that, but it's complicated. So yeah, that's something that should improve soon, and there should be some music at some point, but. Also, like it's really hard to have a background to music that doesn't get annoying over time. So I'll see what.
That's a great point. I do love the simplicity of the sound though. The
Yeah, me
clickety
too.
click is
Yeah,
very satisfying.
The sound effect that I do have, I spend a really long time like picking the right ones and polishing them because I know it myself. The game can be awesome, but it's like annoying sound effects. It doesn't.
It's
Yeah.
perfect for the live stream. Because, so one of the running jokes is that Francisco always forgets to mute the like music and sounds. So he'll be trying to like say these like really interesting and tricks for a game or like describing what the game is, what he loves about the game, but we can't hear anything he's saying because he forgot to mute the sound. So, this is perfect.
Boom. Yeah, this game does a great job at really just humbling you. Humbling you. Okay. Right. No, 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 no.
All right. So what decisions are you making right now?
You know, I've with this game,
Hmm.
every single move that I make, I have to like be like, okay, I need to make sure that I'm not gonna get cut off. I have to make sure
Hmm.
that I have enough spaces in order for me to have enough coins so my people don't revolt against me.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of things, but you know, right now I am just trying to make sure that I have enough land and I do not get cut off. But what I will say that I love is I love the replay feature and then also just like undoing a move because that way
Hmm.
that is one big thing that like helped me learn a lot of like just how to play. It's just being able to look back at what you did and you're like, that's right.
Did you also discover that there's the rewind? You have those 3 little lives down there, so you can not only like replay the moves, but like a limited times per level, you can go back a few turns and maybe
Yes.
reconsider some life choices.
That's right.
I've definitely abused this.
Oh no, it's not abuse. I found out it's kind of necessary in this game.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I love that. It is definitely very useful.
So how many of you in the chat have played Conquer, and what do we do? How do we win?
How do we win?
How do you win? These are the real questions. So, how did you discover Kongregate, and what's the story of you bringing Conquer to our platform?
It's pretty simple. I got an email from Kate from your group at some point. Seems like she like personally liked the game, which was really awesome. And
Oh,
yeah, the rest is history. And I'm glad to be here. Like yeah, there was great support from Congregate for the game, and I enjoy like talking to Kate and. Feels awesome that someone cares about the game and that I can do things like be on the stream. So thanks.
yeah. Oh, well, that's really cool. Yeah, it's really interesting hearing people's stories. Like some people, it's like, oh, they met Kate or Taro at a conference, or they someone like on our team played someone's game, and they're like, oh, like we'd love to have your game on the platform. And then there's also some people who are like, oh yeah, like I grew up playing games on Kongregate.com, and I'm just like, me too.
Yeah, I
So
definitely recognize the name also.
yeah.
Like, like, to be brutally honest, I was kind of surprised it still exists because like when Flash died, I know it was like big hit to like these the servers like Congregate. So great to see it still. Like,
Yeah.
Still around, baby.
Yeah, I mean, when I started working here, or like when I first saw the job description, I was like, wait, that Congregate? I was surprised as well because I knew that I think it was in 2020, Flash died. And so I was really excited to see that, like we we're still around, because like I just loved playing Congregate when I was a kid. Um, and recently we implemented a Flash. Well, I guess it's not really that recent anymore. It was last year, but we implemented a Flash emulator to bring back some of those games. So there's a good amount of Flash games that are playable again, which is really exciting because you can like, have all that
yeah,
nostalgia of like
bunch
playing
of
those favorite
history.
games.
It's awesome.
Yes. Someone said this looks like a cozy game.
It is,
It
man.
can be
It is very
deceiving like
cozy.
that. Yeah, it looks like fun times. The characters are jumping and so on. And yeah, then the opponent takes a move and totally destroys all you can nothing to it.
Yeah.
If maybe I should cease Tarin's suffering in this level.
Yeah.
I can like relate to that. It's like to focus on the stream and on a game like that. It's not easy. Uh,
No, it is not.
Probably I would restart at this point because this level is kind of made to force you to be a bit more aggressive because
Mm-hmm.
Godfrey, the red guy, has a lot more territory than you, but he starts the game in a like really bad position. He has like 3 knights which cost you fortune, like as maintenance every turn, so he gets immediately bankrupt, and you just kind of have to go for him fast because once he loses those knights, he like has a good income again. So if you playing too defensive like you've been, you give him time to basically use his better economy to just overwhelm you. So
Absolutely. Let's do it.
that's the best way of starting.
There we
we
go. Restarting. Is this your first restart?
No. Definitely
Well,
not.
oops. Well, me not paying attention.
Yeah, this is the one that I practiced like last week,
Yeah.
like 3 or 4 times, and then and then that's when I was just like, okay, you know what? And I was literally like going through all this, which by the way, if y'all don't know, this is incredibly useful for if you just need to, remember how to play,
Oh.
or even just tips and tricks and stuff like that. It is incredibly useful. But I swear to you, I was losing, and then I read through this again, and then I won. So
That's pretty good. Thank you.
Yeah.
That's a really good tip and trick.
Mm.
Tip or trick. Tip/trick.
very.
I can't remember the most recent time that I played if I actually won this level or not. I remember playing it, but I'm like, did I actually win? I feel like I did. It just took a really long time.
Yeah, I feel that.
I like that it's, not just like easy though. I like that you have to kind of play it a couple times to like get a strategy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it was totally like the main part of the reason why I started on this game, that I was looking for some game that it's really fast to play, like feels casual, but at the same time you actually have to think about the strategy and so on. Yeah, great move here is to cut the part of red territory that's up. So yeah, take the bottleneck,
That
because
little
then
part.
you like cut off his tower and that whole part of his territory. Like in this game, every tile you have gives you an extra gold piece every turn. Yeah, what you actually just done is that he now has so little income he can no longer pay his knights. You can
Dun, dun,
see you
dun.
have those question marks on top of them. So like he will use all his units next turn and you'll be able to capitalize on that.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
can't pay your 401k, guys. We can't match. Boom. Let's see what's going on.
Let's see.
Shows you that he
Bran.
has like 1 gold piece right now and actually -9 income, so he'll be below 0 next turn. And at that point in this game, if you have like negative treasury, your soldiers will just turn against you and turn into bandits, and all your army is gone. So that's the
Haha.
kind of thing you can expect from this game.
Oh, I didn't realize that last time I played. I kept wondering why I was losing my knights. I was
It's
like,
because you
what's
weren't matching their
happening?
401k, Sophia. That's why.
Yeah. I mean, good for them. Like, good for them for
Good
just
for them.
rebelling against me.
Heck yeah.
Like, they deserve to be paid for the work that they're doing. Let's see. So some people are also talking about Galaxy Control. I will have to ask. Yeah, I will see if I can get the Galaxy Control developer to come on at some point as well, because I know that a lot of people really like that game as well. That's another new one that we have added. And then let's see. Oh yeah, some people are saying they just need patience for this game. They're like, I really like the game, but I need to learn patience.
Oh yeah.
It's not easy to like get on tilt if you lose the level a few times. It's best to take a break because Like, otherwise, you want to quickly like try to win it again, but the more quickly you play, the more mistakes you make, and it gets worse problem. Hey, you got
Yeah. Whoa. We did it. Godfrey the Goose, more like Godfrey the Lose. And we have claimed a beautiful new island too. Just need to wait for the other kings to leave, I guess.
See, this means this guy over here is just like, all right, you know what? You're fine so far. You haven't been messing with me.
He's like happy but also confused.
Yeah, this guy's a little. Almost looks like he has jaundice or something.
Yeah,
But,
he's a little sick.
Yeah, he's a little. He's
By
a
the
little
way,
angry.
when you click on those, you get some comment from them, which sometimes tell us.
Oh.
Ah,
Seems friendly enough
Classic
for
guy.
now, but I wouldn't count on it.
I love that. I love the little commentary.
Your guys are dancing. We got
We
this.
got this. I
So,
love that.
are you gonna go after the guy who's a little sick or the guy who's happy but confused?
The guy that is jaundice. You know, I don't want to kick him while he's down, but I think
But
maybe.
sometimes you gotta.
Yeah, I know. You know what? Let's go for it. Okay.
Okay, let's see. They're asking me questions that I don't know, so I'm gonna have to go find. Warlord is made by Swan R&D, and Galaxy Control is made by FX Games.
Ethics.
Now you know. There's a few games where I thought that they were made by the same dev, but it turned out that they were made by different devs just because they had like maybe a similar theme or similar art style. So that was pretty interesting, like going through and realizing like, oh, those are not the same dev. So it's okay.
Yeah.
It happens to all of us. Speaking of which, I wanted to bring up some of the new games on Kongregate as well. So in addition to the updates that were made to Burrito Bison Lancha Libre, which is such a good game. I love that game. We also have two new games, Oceania and Footy Fight. And Footy Fight, okay, here's the question. Do you call it football or soccer?
Is that question for me?
Well, I think I know what you would say. So Taryn, you go first.
So here we call the game that you kick the ball around with your foot soccer. Although I would agree that it would make more sense if it was called football.
I agree. And American football shouldn't be called football. Why is it called football? There's no like you don't kick really. You like grab it and run. It should be called grab it and run ball.
Yeah.
Okay, Mike, what about you? What do you think?
So at my place, it's either football or Kopana. And now I'm kind of curious, and based on that, anyone will guess where I'm actually from.
Oh yeah, there you go.
And what do you call American football?
Basically, American football. Americká Kopana. Americký
Okay.
football.
Oh.
Interesting. There you go. It's called football because there's a ball and you play with your foot, but I understand you call it soccer. Yeah, I mean it makes more sense to call that game football. I mean, it's fine that it's called soccer. I don't mind it having, another name, but what I really don't understand is why American football is called football. That one should be called something. That one should be called soccer. Why is it even called soccer? I'm Googling it. Why is it called soccer? The first thing that came up was why is it called pickleball? Which
That
now I'm
too.
also wondering.
That too.
British university students in the late 19th century named it soccer, a twist on the second syllable of association. Association? Assocceration? That makes no sense. Ugh.
I want to say just like the rules of American football.
Yeah, also true. I don't get football. American football. It doesn't make sense.
I
But
don't
no, I
know,
have to
man.
say I'm kind of I don't really understand the rules, but I'm impressed that you have such like I want to say nerdy sport that it's really like uh, yeah, very interesting and complicated, which is interesting.
Yeah. Do you play any sports? Either of you?
I used to play football mostly as a goalkeeper. I was actually pretty good at that, but yeah, not anymore. Nowadays, I'm just happy if I find some time to go on a bike or do something physical and not just sit in front of computer.
I used to play soccer and a little bit of basketball.
Mm-hmm.
My first team that I was ever on was called Purple Power because our jerseys were purple. Those were the
I
days.
I used to play softball
Okay.
and I played soccer for a summer, but it just didn't really happen after that. But I liked playing. What else? I was a cheerleader and a dancer for a while.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Mostly dance. I did dance for a really long time, but cheerleading I did for a short amount of time.
Do you remember any cheers?
No.
That wasn't convincing.
Taryn. Taryn. Woo! That was one of
Here it
them.
is. Here it comes. Rewind. Power rewind.
I want to say in this game you usually don't want to actually get the knight, the one with the armor, as long as you can avoid it, because he takes so much gold every turn that, like, and even more general, you just want to have a lot of villagers because these are really cheap and you can really expand fast. Like for example, here you have all that land in the top right and so on. So if you just build more villagers, quickly take over that territory, you will have a lot of income and your chances will be a lot better.
There you go. We got the secret tips, y'all.
So is the way to get more coins by having more land, or is there another way?
That's basically the only way. It's just one each tile is like 1 gold per turn. So you
Okay.
always have to try to expand as much as you can.
Cool.
Expand.
I just realized that I haven't rolled for creds yet. So, y'all, get in the chat. Get ready because I am going to roll some creds. Here, I'm going to go remind y'all in the YouTube chat. Hey, y'all. Chat for some creds. We're about to roll. And you got the keyboard ASMR along with that. All right. Shall I go should I say should I count down but then also count down in the chat 5? Okay. See, I just sent 5. 4, 3, 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. All right. Rolling. All right, let's go. Rolling. I'm rolling it. All right. We got a winner. All right, Atakuraman won. Ta-da! You get creds.
Woo!
Yeah.
Go. I have to ask too, what was the creative choice behind having the idle animation be the bouncing?
This is, I think, I have to say, like this game is actually inspired by a pretty old Windows game that had the same like basic rules, and it also had this great idea that you don't actually need some indicator that this unit can still move, but the units are jumping to get your attention. So I can't take credit for that because I just took that idea straight for there, but to me, it's not as much as artistic choice, but as more of like genius UX design choice because it
I love
really
it.
grabs your attention and you easily know which units can still be.
Yeah.
But I get obsessed quite a bit with the jumping animation. You may learned that if you like, for example, have many units and put them like one underneath each other, they will form this Swedish wave eventually. I'm not sure if it's how you say it in English, but like that they kind of jump in a wave.
Oh, I love that.
The kind of like ridiculous stuff that nobody will notice, and I sometimes obsess over it. But it's part of what makes the game special. So
Oh,
yeah,
I totally notice it.
nice.
So, how did you come up with the concept?
Yes, so as I said, the core idea I saw in another game. Actually, it's not even. I'm not alone in that. Like, it's a game I think by Sean O'Connor, and
Mm-hmm.
it's I just discovered it randomly, and I really fell in love with it because it's this super simple rules that lead to really like strategic gameplay where you really have to think about the decisions. And I was like angry that such a great concept doesn't have like let's say more modern execution because it's really like old like Windows 3.11 I think even maybe that's not true but like it's the like, game from a different era and there's you can find a few more games like this because more people were inspired by that. Antioi on Android is one, for example. So I really wanted to, like, if I want to make some game, I would really love to take this and try to like make some changes just so it fits what I would like to see, or maybe just try playing with how the AI works and so on. So like the base, it was actually maybe the thing that made it possible for me to finish the game because I know that I'm heading towards something that is already proven to be fun. That like really helped over the course of developing it, and then I just kept like making changes, adding stuff on top of it. I was surprised how many times I had some great idea that in my head would be super fun and it didn't work out at all. And other times I was happy with the results. So I would say that it was kind of an easy mode in that I know that the base idea works, and I would definitely recommend to like any starting developer to maybe go this route to first before you start designing like totally your own game from scratch. Then to do better to pick something that you know works. Then you can focus on like the technical side, and you are not constantly questioning if what you've spent like weeks or months building towards, if it's even like fun. It's good to know that upfront because like another thing I found out that it's like deceptive to think that you can predict what will be fun. It seems like it's obvious that like yeah, it will be for this and this and it will be really fun. Then you spend time implementing it, and then like after weeks you play with it and you find out it's not actually fun in practice, or it's fun for like 10 minutes and then it gets repetitive and tedious. So yeah, definitely I think it's a good way to start with game development, to pick something that like the core gameplay you know it's good and just
Yeah.
put your own spin on it.
Yeah, it's interesting to hear, like the different ways that you can kind of go about, getting the inspiration for a game. Like, because, like, I did a lot of, like, film stuff, and one of the things that, a lot of students would kind of say is, like, instead of, remaking a movie that you already know is good, because then you're like comparing yourself to like something that's already amazing. Maybe you should like take something that like maybe is interesting in some way but didn't quite get it right so that you can like make it better. And it kind of sounds like you did kind of both of those things, where you took something that you knew worked in one way but had some things that that you wanted to make like even better. So that's really cool.
Yeah, exactly. Because like making like a total copy of another game can definitely be also great learning experience, but it won't be as fun. But it's great to like know you are building on the basis that works, but and look forward to the point where you get the basic things in place, and then you can start like adding the things that you always wanted to be in the game, but weren't. So it was good, I think, choice to pick that as my like first big game development.
Yeah. Just a reminder to the people in the chat that we are going to roll again later. So if you didn't win the first time, you can still win. So keep chatting with us, and we'll roll again in a little bit.
Yeah, give me pep talks.
Yes, tell Taryn how amazing she's doing. I mean, you're like you're doing really well. Like this
I'm
is
in the zone right now, man. I'm like trying to. I tell you, this is one of those games where patience truly is a virtue. So when I was
yeah.
playing this a while ago, I would try to like speed through it, and then obviously that would not work out. I'm like,
Yeah.
why am I failing? But man, this is why it's a cozy game. Is you kind of just take a step back, you kind of just analyze.
Yeah. And it definitely, you have to think about it hard enough that you're not thinking about all the other things in your life. So if you're like, you know what, I need a distraction,
Yeah,
good game.
totally.
Maybe at some point I will add some like relaxing mode with much less, let's say, difficult rules, because I did find out that many people really like the game at first. They just like you have those coins there, you build up your wealth, and you just paint the land green, and it's satisfying. And I totally get that for some
Ah,
people it would be preferable to have this as more like Zen experience, but
okay.
unfortunately that's not what this game is right now.
Is that going
Yeah.
to be the sequel?
Yeah, maybe I'll alter that mode. Yeah, I have to say, there are some people that like are got really good at quickly making games. Like I have one friend that's making games or game jams, and it's like 2 days. I'm also totally impressed how like they could do that in such a short time, and how the production value that they managed to get out of it. But it's not my style. I really like perfecting things, so I foresee myself tinkering with this and adding like map editor is one really cool thing I would like to add relatively soon, and even like overhaul the company. Just like bunch of plans for this still, and I really enjoy like knowing that this is already very fun for people, and I have a lot of fun just building on top of it, making it even more perfect. So I guess that is to say, stay tuned. I don't intend to stop improving this anytime soon.
There you go.
Boom.
So I was about to ask you a question. It sounds like you've kind of answered it. I I was mainly going to ask, and if you just want to say like, you know, oh, just keep your eyes peeled or something, that's totally fine. But do you have plans for more games or like big updates or anything like that?
Yeah, definitely plans for some big updates to this game.
Okay.
If
Cool.
you're interested, you can think from the main menu. There's some small link to a like blog page, basically, where I've been posting a few updates, including some of those long-term plans. And yeah, I also have like currently one like early idea for the next game I would maybe like to make at some point, which
Okay.
would be really like no like previous inspiration for that, so that's a bit scary from game design perspective for me.
Right.
I'm trying to actually not focus on that too much, because as I said, I would first like to really make this game much better than it is. I still see a lot of potential there, so that's totally my main focus now.
What kind of feedback do you like to get from the community, from people who are playing Conquer?
I think almost any kind. I'm kind of voluntarily signed up even for like quite frustrated messages, because sometimes when you win a level, you get this pop-up like, what did you think about this level? You can write a message, and you get this pop-up even when you lose the level or when you exit to menu. So like you're really pissed off at the game, and it keeps like crushing you, and then you get this pop-up, hey, what do you think about the game? So you can imagine what kind of messages I sometimes get, but it's fine. And I definitely love to hear anything about like what's intuitive, what took you a very long time to actually get, or like what you don't understand. I think like almost any constructive feedback is great, and like not so constructive feedback is also fine.
Do you ever just get keyboard smashes?
I don't think I did get that. I get some pretty creative insults sometimes, but no, I have to say, actually, like most of the feedback is really positive and nice, which is like
Good.
I can't understand how much it matters. It's like yeah, big driver to keep working on this game when people just write how like much time they spend on it and how like addicted they are and how awesome it is. That's always great to hear.
Yeah.
Constructive criticism is also awesome because like it's so hard to look at the game with like fresh eyes after like working on it for years. It like yeah, I can totally see how difficult, like for example, this tutorial level that we've been playing like for the last half an hour can be. But if like to me the rules are already so like natural and the basic strategies are so like I want to say obvious, it's like yeah, it's really hard to have a fresh perspective or to see it from a new player's perspective. So especially like new player feedback is always great to read. And I would say very important because yeah, if you don't listen to the players, you will have very warped view of the game as you work on it because you spend so much time play testing it that your like perspective on the game has nothing to do with like what a random player sees obviously.
Um, so I was looking through some of the comments on Kongregate under the game, and in one of them I saw that you said that you were like looking to improve the AI in the game.
Yep, that's a huge topic. Uh, there's like yeah, I spent yes, like the from the past year since the original release, the like the half of my time was just working on the AI. One thing is like to just make it play well and don't do stupid mistakes because like, you see that in this game like you make just one little mistake and it's like over for you. So it's very easy for the AI to do something that just makes the level very anticlimactic because like it just throws the game in one move. So it took a lot of effort to make it play somewhat competently, and yeah, and I feel like I'm not quite there yet. I think it will need just like one big iteration and a bit of a rewrite to be a bit better. But I'm pretty happy with it. What like was more of a problem for me is that to help players understand how it like makes its decision. And like I only recently added the normal difficulty mode because kind of my thing with the game was to make it really like challenging and even uh, like battlefield. You don't have much advantage against the enemies, and the enemies also like play to win. They realize that if you got a large territory, you are close to winning, so they will actually join forces to like gang up on you and stop you from winning, which is super frustrating because it's not what most games do. And so it's part of why you have those faces there and those chat bubbles that they sometimes like comment on why they attacked you and so on. But I also like added the normal difficulty mode to just scale down a bit some of those like things where the AI rivals will actually like end up they like every player has a relationship to each other, not just to you in this game. So like the rival factions can like be allies with you. So maybe like the face is green, it looks like they like you, but actually they like each other more, so they will still attack you and stuff like that. So I'm working on making it a bit more transparent, and I'm looking currently for some way to so you could actually have a better idea of what are the relations between the other players, because you see how they think about you, but you don't really see what they think about each other. And there's like obviously some ways to represent it in the game, but I don't want to add like any extra overlay you would have to toggle, or like have to click on the rivals to see and like keep clicking around to figure out what's the situation. Just looking for some more simple visualization that will be still there. So that's one thing I planned to figure out. And yeah, and the AI in general, there's always room for improvement, and I've spent like half of the year that I was improving this game just focused on this because it's a huge time sink. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm totally new to this, and it was it was actually a big part of why what I was looking forward with developing this game, that I will get to play around with what it takes to make an AI. And like, as most of the things with the game, I didn't really like do much studying and watching a bunch of like conference talks and videos and trying to like figure out in advance how to do it right. I more like to just explore and learn things the hard way. So that's also why it sometimes takes a lot of time, but it's
Yeah.
also, I think, a great way to learn. So, and
Yeah.
it's how I have fun developing it.
That's a really like fun way to go about it. Just try new things. All right. So, um we have I asked everyone if they're ready for another creds roll, and it looks like they are. So I'm gonna start counting down again. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, I'm rolling. All right, let's see. Rolling. All right.
FIEE, that spells free.
See, now you're a cheerleader. All right, Bran Stark has won. All right, let us know your
Sounds like a
username.
superhero name.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, are you related to Tony?
Sir
Tony
Tony?
Stark? I feel like that's actually, isn't it like a Game of Thrones character or something?
Oh my god.
I
That's
feel
gonna
like it
drive me-
is.
Tones. Like there's the Stark family, but wait, what is the?
There
who
is
is
a,
the-
yeah, there's a Stark
the Iron
family
Man?
there.
But I'm more reminded of some Marvel or something with who's Iron Man in his name? Isn't that Tony Stark or am I?
Tony Stark,
Is
Uh,
from Iron Man.
which I actually have not seen.
Wait, like the Iron Man movies or any Marvel movies?
So the only Marvel movies that I've seen are Guardians of the Galaxy. I still haven't seen the new one. I haven't seen the new Guardians. And then I think I saw Ant-Man. Oh, and then I watched WandaVision. WandaVision was actually very good. I loved WandaVision.
Yeah, that one was really good. So, people in the chat, Mike, want to make sure that you see their comments. So they're saying, this is a really good game. Would love to see what else, like what more you can do. You seem extremely talented.
Aww.
That's awesome to hear. But I want to like say again that like it's, if you're willing to invest the time, it's, I wouldn't say it's that hard. It takes time, and it's I said at the beginning of the story, it's kind of a craft. The more you do it, the easier it becomes. So I definitely don't think of myself someone like super talented or anything. It's just finding the motivation to spend the time.
Yeah. Just to let the creds winners know that I'll try to see if we can get you the creds today. Usually we send them like right away, but since Adrian isn't here today, I'll have to see if someone else can send them. Otherwise, we might have to send them to you next week. So if you get them late, just wait until next week. But then you can, go onto our Discord and reach out to Adrian there, and make sure that we're getting you the creds if you for some reason don't see them next week. But you should see them at least by next week. And I'll send that in the chat too, just so that y'all can see. But I am writing down your usernames. There we go.
Kongregate ASMR.
Oh yeah, me typing. Let's see. Bran Stark. Oh, there is someone named Bran Stark. But is it Game of Thrones? What is it from?
There is a Stark family in Game of Thrones, but was it? I don't remember any Brian. There's like Ned Stark.
I know, I'm having a brain fart.
I think it is. I think it is Game of Thrones. This looks like a Game of Thrones character. Oh, yeah, but it says Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah.
There it is.
So that's what they're named after, but they spelled theirs with a C.
Ah, okay. See, I also have not seen Game of Thrones.
Oh, that's a shame.
I haven't
Yeah, I
either.
know.
All right. Okay, so it's 11 a.m. So if either of you have to go, feel free.
Dang,
I
I
mean,
was in
it's
the
11
zone.
a.m. Pacific time, of course.
For me, it's like late afternoon, and I'm happy to be here as long as you know.
All right, cool.
That went
Well,
by fast, man.
I wanted to let people know that next week we're going to be playing. Oh gosh, hold on. Let me read it so that I make sure to get it correct because it's a really long name. Idling to rule the gods. Okay, I wasn't sure if it was idle or idling. So idling to rule the gods. And the game developer will also be joining us. However, they will be joining us in the chat. So we should be joined by Francisco and I, and then our guest should be Tom, assuming all goes well, who he has been on the live stream a few times, so maybe you'll remember him. If you want, you can also go check out some of our old live streams if you want to like go see any of those. Taryn has been on before. She was on the Music Rush one. If you want to see another, yes, we played the kazoo on that one. If you want to go see any of those, and I'm trying to remember which ones Tom has been on for. I think he has been on for one or two of the Bitverse live streams, but he's been on a few times. I have it written down somewhere. Let's see. He's been on for Firestone. He's been on for Bit Heroes Arena. And I feel like he had been on in some earlier ones, you know, back when we first started doing the live streams, when we were doing like the Blood Vessels and the Bitverse live streams back in the day. Taryn, how are you doing here with this level?
You know, I'm just trying to get by. It's going.
I don't. Yeah.
It's going. I'm just. I got.
Bit of a pickle here because with the 4 pikemen they already cost a lot of gold. So I think you
Yeah.
just realized if you make a knight, you will get yourself bankrupt.
Yep.
So this may be a bit tricky.
This is gonna be tricky.
Yeah, maybe I would undo, like, sometimes actually not doing anything is a great strategy if you have a good income. So if you are buying any units this turn, I would undo that, and because like you have probably better economy than all those the other guys. So maybe just like hoard gold for a few turns, and then when you have more in the treasury, you can afford a few turns with a knight.
Yeah.
Ah, there you go.
Totally.
I was wondering if that was a good strategy or not.
Yeah, I got at some point I got a little worried that did I actually make a game where, like, more often than not, it's best to just turtle up, like spend 10 turns idling, let the AI fight each other, and then like roll over them. And like, yeah, it can be an effective strategy, but also like I've heard that feedback many times that people actually enjoy that. It's always fun to see like the other AI faction like, fighting each other and making a mess of things. So I guess it comes up to individual playstyle. It's not always winning strategy, so that's good.
Yeah. Duh.
Maybe I should have put a comment in the comment section on Conquer.io that we were live streaming. Maybe I can put the link in there later and people can watch it. They'll be able to see all the questions that you answered today.
Yeah, heck yeah.
I like literally told no one that like I will be here today because I was a little bit nervous and just wanted to make this as low stakes as possible, but
Yeah.
I'm going to share the link later as well.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to say. So one of the comments I'm seeing on the game is where are the badges. So we just added the badges this week.
Oh,
so
yes,
there should
that's
actually
right.
be some badges now. Poultry
Should I
Slayer
show them?
badge.
Oh, you got him. You got him. Cool.
Oh, you can show them too, but
Let's see.
yeah, I was just looking at them.
Just a few of them for now. Like, I have a problem that I'm still planning to kind of overhaul the structure of the campaign and just change a lot of things about the game. So I'm a little worried about adding like these achievements, because like then things change and I may have to just like take them away or replace with something. But let's see, add it at least a few for them.
So Brand Stark is saying that they'll try some games, and I'm wondering, like, do you have any favorite game genres or anything? Maybe we can suggest some games if you want.
Yeah, so you might be surprised to learn that I like strategy games.
Yes, strategy games. If you like strategy games, go play Conquer. .io, and what are some other strategy games that we have? There's some other fun ones too. Let's see. Oh yeah, Bloons. Those are some good
Yes,
games.
that's a classic.
Yeah. What else? I'm trying to think. What else
And I'm
is
having
there?
a mind fart.
Yeah, right? I'm like, there's so many new games all the time that I can't think of anything. I mean, if you like, like card games, we have a good amount of like card games, like, yeah, I'm forgetting all the names right now
What was the
because
one
I'm
that was
like
just
on the spot.
Passport Rummy?
Yes, Passport Rummy. I think Kings and Queens was also one. Spite and Malice, there's a good card game. And then, oh yeah, the other game when we played Music Rush with you, Taryn, we also played Sugar Heroes.
That's right. I remember that
Yeah.
one.
A lot of people really like Raid Heroes Total War. That one's fun. Incremental Cubes has been really popular lately. And we should be inviting the dev on for Incremental Cubes soon as well. So if you like Incremental Cubes, you'll have to check us out when we play that and have the developer on for that. If you like candy games, we've got all the Kongregate Squad games. We've got Chef's Last Stand. Chef's Last Stand is one of my favorites. It's like a run and gun game where you play as like the bad guy. And then Trifling Truffle Trouble, if you like bubble shooter games, and then Death by Chocolatier is the most recent one that has the level editor.
Yes, go make levels. That one is so fun.
Yeah. Let's see. Oh, okay. Suggest some action games, they said. Oh, also Galaxy Control. Obviously, some of the people in the chat will definitely suggest Galaxy Control. A lot of people like that one, too.
There it is. There they are.
Let's see. Oh, I heard the clicky noise. Earlier I mentioned Burrito Bison Lancha Libre just got an update, and that one's also a really fun action game. I would definitely recommend checking that one out. One of the games that's a Flash game that is now playable again was, let's see, I think there were some of those like flight games and like Learn to Fly and Duck Race, I think. Those are some fun ones that are recently playable again. Yeah. So we've got a good amount of games, whether they're new or recently playable again or updated. So check those out. I'm trying to remember what other ones are just like really popular right now. Let's see. If you like dinosaurs, Dino Gen Online was recently added.
That's right, Dino Gen.
Fishing games. was
Oh,
Fishing
what's
King
it?
Fish Hunt.
That's right.
Yeah, we played that one with Francisco and Fernanda, and they competed, and that was pretty hilarious.
I love it when they compete.
Same. And let's see. Oh yeah, City Idol. That one's really fun too. Yeah, that one's good. That one's like unexpected. And Dibrary. Oh yeah, Dibrary is really good. Yeah, that one's really fun too. So we've got a lot of really fun new games on the
Sophia's got the
platform.
catalog in her mind, man.
I know. I'm just like I'm remembering because I'm like, what are the games that like I start playing and I like can't stop playing? And it's like
Yeah.
Conquer, Burrito Bison Lancha Libre, City Idol, Dibrary. I think those are really like the ones that I like start playing and I can't stop.
Yeah.
I've also been playing Bit Here's Runner a lot more often because we just made it available on Android. So you can play that one in the browser or on your Android. And I have an Android phone, so
So do I.
I get to play it.
Okay. There it is. Shablamo.
Is it backward?
Actually, I can't tell. Is it? I don't think it was. No, it actually isn't.
Oh, to me it shows as like backward.
Oh.
Oh, oh yeah. Okay, here's the whole thing. When it comes to Bear's Runner, since I have an admin account, I need to have a VPN on. I recently figured out how to get a VPN through my like Wi-Fi, but I
Okay.
haven't figured out how to do it on my phone yet. So I need to actually like log into my Kongregate account on my phone because
I
right
see.
now I have a really good score on my phone, but it's not attached to my account, and I'm like,
I see.
yeah.
Just game dev things.
Yes. So anyway, as you were saying, there's more badges on Conquer, or there are badges at all now, which is really fun. Badges, you can earn, and then we'll have certain badges of the day where you can win a companion to your Kongregate account. And we come out with new companions every other week. We just came out with one called Rattle. And
Rattle.
do you know why it's called Rattle? Do you know what this week's companion is, Taryn?
I do not. What is it?
It's like a milkshake. And I'm wondering if that like
cute.
means something. Like I feel like I've heard of like a Radler, but I feel like that's like a type of beer or something, isn't it?
Yes,
or is
that
it
is.
is it the kind of cup that it's in?
Radler
That
like
is-
sweet beer.
Yeah, Rattler's a beer. I know 'cause my
Yeah.
friend really enjoys Rattlers. But I don't know. That's a mystery. I do not know.
Yeah. I'll have to ask, like, what does that mean?
Is it going over our heads? Probably.
Probably. But it's a little milkshake, and a bunch of people made. So every other week, when we have a new companion, we have a Who's That Companion Discord activity where we put an outline of the companion, and then people color it in to guess what it is. And some
that.
people made some really funny ones. So I'll show those once Taryn finishes this level.
Dude, if I do, man.
If you finish it. If you end up just losing, that's okay. I'll show them then. But but what I was saying is with the badge of the day, you can get one of those companions, and right now you can earn the Rattle companion. And now Conquer has some of those badges. So it says there's the Poultry Slayer badge, which means you complete the final tutorial level, and then Aspiring Conqueror badge, where you complete 20 campaign levels. Wow.
Ooh,
20.
dang.
And then earn True Greatness Badge, earn gold medal in 80 campaign levels.
Whoa, dang.
Yeah.
That will take some dedication.
What was that?
That will take some dedication.
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah, definitely.
I'm curious to
But
know
at
if
the same
someone's already
time,
done
like
that.
once you get the hang of it, it's yeah, I would say once you like complete the 10 or 20 level of the hard difficulty, you will get it, and it's
Yeah.
kind
Yeah.
of fulfilling. Although the levels towards the end they are really mischievous, so there are a few of them that are more like puzzles. So don't expect too easy of a ride. It takes some getting used to the rules of the game.
Oh, and speaking of Badge of the Day, we come out with a Badge of the Day video every week that the Game Hunter / Francisco comes out with. Um, and then you can see how he does it. So at least like once a week, if you're not sure which badge to do, there's at least one where he'll tell you how to do it. He'll show you how to do the badge. So you can always get some help with at least one badge of the day per week and make sure that you can collect all the companions.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, because I know that's very important, like collecting all of them. All right, so what's your strategy right now?
Um, you know, in this one, I feel like you kind of have to make the knights in this one, or I could be entirely wrong.
Yeah. It
But
often comes down to it that like once the opponent has the pikesmans or the towers, you can't get even like close to them without the knights. So you do have
exactly.
to build it, and then it becomes how to do that without bankrupting yourself or
Mhm.
leaving yourself too open. But I think you got this. Just need to make sure to guard those bottlenecks and bit by bit.
The pressure's on, man.
What's that Star Trek test where you have to lose to win?
Yeah, I know which you mean, but I don't
Oh,
know
the
the-
Kobayashi Maru.
Right.
Do you have a
Oh.
level like that in here?
No, that's the. Although many of the feedback messages would tell you that there's many impossible levels, but no, the levels are all like winnable without resorting to some like totally out of the box strategies. But there's like towards the very end there are few levels which have like basically one right solution, and you just have to figure it out.
Dang.
But yeah, I think many people would suspect that I'm a bit sadistic, given the rules of the game, but not as sadistic as to put downright impossible levels. Although I have to say, besides the campaign, there's like one another mode where you get like randomly generated maps, which is nice as you get like endless content even after you finish the map. But if you put that on a hard difficulty, the random map generator isn't that great. It can sometimes produce levels that are straight up impossible. So there's your Kobayashi Maru, I guess. At that point, you need to learn a bit of JavaScript and hack the game so that you get also the chance.
Yeah. Also, this game would be fun multiplayer.
People keep saying that, but I don't know.
I actually read your FAQ about why
Yeah.
you choose not to do multiplayer, and I totally get it. I feel like it
Yeah.
would be hard to like. I don't know. You mentioned a good point where just like, oh, I don't know how fun it would be to just like sit and wait for someone to sit there for like 5 minutes to figure out like their move. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's one thing, but also like I think the game is most fun when you have like this even like 5 or 6 different factions on the map, and it's kind of like a risk that like the alliances are not clear. People tend to backstab each other and so on. And I did play one like similar game. It's called Card Ice. I think it still exists if you go to just kaidice.com, and it's different rules, but also like this free-for-all kind of game. And I found out like at that point where you have some random people playing this kind of game, the rules of the game are kind of secondary, and it's really like just risk that it's all about like the diplomacy and like the ugly thing is that it can be about like some people before the game already being friends, so they just gang up on the other people, and like it's fun to like walk over the AI rivals, but when you get real trials, it gets really intense and like it can be pretty toxic as well. So I just wanted to mostly avoid it. But it would definitely be nice to have some way to like just play with a friend, either like cooperatively or like a friendly game. So I would like to add something like that. But at the same time, it's also like a huge technical challenge and. So
Yeah.
maybe like a local multiplayer mode, that's something that could be coming actually relatively soon, but like a full online multiplayer, I have so many other things I would like to add to the game that feel like it will bring more value and that are much easier, that's not the direction I'm currently looking at.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Let's see.
All right. They're
Also,
angry.
you have to realize like in multiplayer mode you wouldn't have the rewind, so that would make things a lot more stressful, and it would be a lot about taking all the time you have to think about your moves. So I guess there would have to be some strict time limits. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, maybe
Yeah.
with the time limit it would be a different kind of experience for sure.
Yeah, that's true. For sure.
Let's see. Ooh, he mad. You know what? This is a really silly idea. But like, I would
Yeah.
love if there was like skins that we could choose. So it's like
Ooh.
we could like a pink knight or something. I don't know. I love
think-
skins in games.
Hey, I like your thought process there. Every game needs more pink.
I agree. Like maybe not that pink is my personal color, but in general, like it would be easy way to add a bit more variety. There's actually, if you click the cogwheel icon, one way to kind of customize the look. There's those color schemes. Yeah, that
Ah!
Oh!
Oh!
That's something.
Wow! Whoa!
Whoa. That's
That's
fun.
That is so cool.
Does that like
I didn't
help
even know that.
with people who are colorblind as well?
I hope so, though. But I actually did that recently. There are some like cool websites where you can like watch your website through the eyes of like people with the most common like impairments. So I think the eye
Wow.
contrasting should be pretty good for almost everyone.
Good.
That is
That's
so
good.
cool.
I would
Yeah.
like to add some like more visual variants to the game, but the main limiting factor is that for now I'm like making all this art myself, and
Yeah.
I really skip it. Actually, it took me a lot of time to make the assets that are there currently, so it's a bit of a time invested. So not my immediate focus, but yeah, I would love to put more bit,
Yeah.
like customization and visual variety options in there.
That's really fun. I
That is.
can't believe I didn't notice.
Yeah, me either. What the heck?
Okay, so it turns out I just went and I looked. I won islands 1 through 3, and then 4 I did not, which is kind of what I thought because I didn't recognize level 5.
Yeah,
Yeah, it do be like that.
To tweak it a bit. It is, yeah. Yes, if you really pay attention to the instruction that the annoying tutorial guy is trying to tell you, it should kind of lead you in the right direction. But yeah, it's, as I said before, it's really hard for a developer not to underestimate how like counterintuitive some things that feel intuitive to me will feel to a new player. So
Totally.
I keep seeing that I need to like maybe make the learning curve a bit less steep and a bit more like getting used to the game levels and not just have the 4th tutorial level put you against that kind
Yeah.
of challenge.
The main problem is that we don't read.
We just speed the. Hey, honestly, that's why like you patience with this game, man. Well, that's what I was saying when I did beat, I believe, level 4 sometime last week. I was getting so frustrated And then my partner was just like, well, have you like actually like, there might be like some key thing that you're missing or something. And I'm telling
Yeah.
you, man, I read through it and then something clicked in my brain and then it worked.
That's okay. Tip 1, if you're losing,
Read.
read the instructions. Just go read.
At the same time, like that's a fair point. Like we are usually not playing games in order to like read balls of text. So I take that to heart. That like the game should teach you those concepts while being fun, not like expect you to study a manual or something. So
Yeah.
like don't feel bad for not reading. Like that's on me.
It's just something we like, I don't know, like we've definitely noticed that. Like it's kind of, that's another inside joke on the live stream, particularly with Adrian, where it's like people don't read. Like nobody reads. If you don't have to read, you won't read.
Yeah, it's definitely used to just speeding through games, which is why I think this definitely feels like a cozy game. Is where you kind of just like, it forces you to just like stop and actually,
Yeah.
you know.
Nice. Yeah. I never thought of it like that. That it makes it cozy. I know it makes it like frustrating, infuriating, but
Punch the screen.
Yeah. Who would have known that a cozy game and a frustrating game would be the exact same thing?
that should be more frustrating.
My guy, my other guy. There it is.
I think you actually could have exploited that. Because you
See, man?
really went all out and you can probably maybe bankrupt it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I will give it because if you just buy a bunch of villagers and use them to cut him off on the left side, if you like go back to what seemed like a really bad situation at the end, but I don't want to like tell you how to play.
No, I love hearing the secrets. Yeah, see, that's the thing, right? That's what I love about watching the replays too, is that you're just like, oh, I could have just done that thing, or I could have just done that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, let's go to the end and see. Maybe I'm wrong, but it seemed like, yeah, here, if you go to your kingdom and just build a few villagers, you just need 2. And like, go to the top left side and just cut his territory in 2. It might actually bankrupt him, but maybe not. We'll see.
Let's see.
Sometimes it can be annoying that it's kind of needs some math, this game, to calculate like, or yeah, this move exactly, and yeah, it worked because he now doesn't have.
He hates me now.
I hate you.
So like when you enter turn 9, all those units become bandits, and you got this.
Dun 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 dun.
Whoa.
There they are.
Yeah.
It's the little faces.
Now, when do zombies come up?
I don't know. I remember there, like somewhere past the half point of the campaign, there are a few levels with this like special, different kind of mechanic. I can't tell you the number because like every week I keep adding one new level to the campaign, and it's usually somewhere in the middle. And the side effect is that like the numbers on the levels keep constantly changing, which is not ideal. So I can tell you, you can find the zombie level somewhere in the middle of the campaign or in the second half.
Haunted towns. Fancy.
So there's currently 90 levels.
Yeah, I think so. There will be 91 come Monday.
Nice. That's exciting. Yeah, I knew that like once you kind of like played, there was a certain amount of levels, but I didn't know how far it went. But it seems like, you know, it would definitely take someone a while to get there, and especially since you're adding some new levels to the game too. So
Yes.
if someone's like a real pro, they got them all, they can come back and go find another level, try it out. Oh wow!
Shh.
Whoa!
I'm not done yet. I love that that's an option.
Yeah, a lot of people are really passionate about that option.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Recently added a feature that like if you choose to not be done yet, it still counts the like number of turns that it took to surrender as like the number of turns after which you completed the level, because that was a huge dilemma for some people. Like, do I take the lower turn count as like my high score, or do I take the enjoyment of actually crushing the bastard? That like
I love that. I love that that's an option. That's so
now
funny.
we don't have to choose.
That's for a god gamer like Francisco. It's funny because he's always like, now he's like, why are people always cheering whenever I lose now? And we're like, it's because you're so good at games. We have to like cheer for something.
He is, man. You know what? That reminds me. I still need to try to. I remember when we played Music Rush. I think
Mhm.
Francisco beat my high score. So now I need to go back and try to beat Francisco's high score. I
Yeah.
actually think I'm gonna do that. But also, I need to master this game.
Yeah. Also, we were playing Bit Heroes Runner with Paul and Donnie,
Oh, okay.
and we were saying Donnie was like, "Oh yeah, Paul's like gonna just completely like,
Annihilate.
yeah." And I was like, "Oh, like come on." And then it was like, Adrian did all right. I did like pretty okay. Donnie did all right as well. And then Paul just got like millions, maybe even billions of points. And we were like, how did you do that? Like,
What?
my high score is like 40,000. And I thought that was really good.
Okay, now I also need to try doing that.
Yeah.
That is insane.
It's like, yeah, because he plays aggressively as well, where it's like he goes after like all the monsters and things.
Okay.
And that's like the thing, like that's how you get more points and, try to get those score multipliers from doing the like weekly achievement things or, whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Yeah, so. Wait, you're on Island 6. I forgot. Hey, you
Yes.
need to get out of here. I need to show people the companions.
Oh, go for it. I'm so sorry. Is that what we were waiting on? I was in the zone.
I
so
know.
sorry.
You're just like, I'm just going to keep playing this.
Dude, go for it.
So you just stop sharing your screen.
Oh, okay. Let's
Yeah.
see.
But you can keep playing, like, whatever.
Stop.
All right, so here is my screen. Here, where is it?
I'm so sorry. I didn't realize we were waiting on.
You're good. No, you're totally good. Okay, here we go. There we go. Do you see it?
I see it.
That is this week's companion. Well, the outline of this week's companion. The actual companion is, let me go.
You said this one was a
Here.
Rattler?
Or Rattle.
Rattle.
I think,
Rattler
right?
is the freaking beer.
Rattle. There you go.
Rattle.
Rattle. Shake it up a bit.
Oh, cute.
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
That's-
Shake, rattle.
There you
That's
go.
what we are missing because it's a milkshake. Strawberry
There we go.
milkshake. So, we had some people fill in that outline with what they thought the companion was. So here's the first one. There we go. See that?
That's awesome.
That is amazing, actually.
So that was made by Calarone, and this one's named Squish Cat the Liquid. Squish is amazing at fitting into glass jars and vases, not so much at getting out.
How cute. Cats are liquid.
And they also said, I spent about twice as much time watching videos about cats getting into tight spaces as I did drawing this.
Inspiration,
For research. Yeah, exactly. And then another guest that we had. Oh, whoops. Here we go. There we go. That is made by Amanda, and his name is Neil McCold, shaken till he can't shake it no more.
How cute.
And apparently that's a 90s country reference. I don't understand the reference. Do you?
Shake it till you can't shake no more. Is that what it was?
It's Neil McCold, shaken till
Oh.
he can't shake it no more.
Going over my head.
Same. I don't know it. All right, and then we have another one by Amanda, and this is the one that we have coming back every week. Oops, that was a hiccup.
That was such a cute hiccup. Oh, it's like shiny Neil McCold. I love that.
So this is slime time. That's how it's
Okay.
spelled. It's spelled slime time, but it's pronounced Slim Tim because the E's are
Slim
silent.
Tim.
Yeah.
I love that.
So Slim Tim is a companion every single week. And he just kind of fits into whatever shape the companion is.
I love
So,
that.
yeah, he's just like perfect.
Almost like a companion like Ditto from like Pokemon.
Yeah. A nice glass of Slim Tim.
Yummy.
And then I think this is our last one because I didn't do one this time. Sorry, y'all. I was glamping and didn't really have good Wi-Fi. And there you go. Now, do you recognize what this is? Anyone?
Is
Here,
this supposed to be? Is this supposed to be what I think it is? Starts with a G.
don't
I knew
know how
it.
to call this in English.
Grimace.
Yeah. This is not sponsored, you guys. I just happened to have a little McDonald's card that I got.
Dude, I saw this like really sad TikTok. It like literally made me tear up where he was like Grimace and he was like, why are people throwing up because of my birthday shake? And he was
Oh,
like
no.
crying. I know. I was like, oh, Grimace. I haven't tried his shake, but I'm
Me
sure
neither.
it's delicious.
I wanted to try it. I actually, like,
Yeah.
I don't usually, okay, my partner is obsessed with the St. Patrick's Day one. What's that
Oh, my
one
mom
called?
loved the Shamrock Shake.
Yeah, Shamrock Shake. Oh my god.
My mom
Literally,
loves those.
okay, this is wild. My partner went and like got so many of the Shamrock Shakes and then stored them in our freezer so that he could have them after March was over.
That's literally what my mom did, but it was like an accident. Because she asked, she was like, can I have it without no whipped cream? And they were like, yeah, sure. And then they made it with whipped cream. And my sweet mom was just like kind of standing there. And they were like, do you need something? And she's like, well, I asked for no whipped cream. They're like, okay, we'll make you like an extra one. She was like, oh my god. So she had like 2 extra ones like in the freezer. It was so funny.
That's hilarious. Yeah, in this case, he would like go get them, and then like, it would be like, oh well, I got too many, or like he'd get one from me, and I don't like them, and so I'd put them in the freezer, and then there were just
I
like
got it for you.
and every time he would get 2, and he would give one to me, and every time I would just put it back in the
I don't
freezer.
like this.
And then like much later, he like looks in the freezer, and he's like, wait. Why are there so many Shamrock Shakes in here? I'm like, I don't like Shamrock Shakes. I don't like them.
Yeah, I feel like, yeah, it's like one of those acquired tastes, I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I've only met people that either like them or dislike them. There's not really someone that's like, eh. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Because, I like, mint ice cream. Like, mint ice cream is my favorite
Oh.
ice cream, which is probably why he thought I would like it. But they don't taste enough like actual mint
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah.
But I
feel
wanted
that.
to try the Grimace Shake because I'd heard that it tastes like berries. But I'd also heard like it might taste like berries or it might taste like vanilla depending on like if you'd eaten something salty, like if you'd eaten McDonald's French
Oh.
fries with them.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's like people when they dip like the Frosty from Wendy's and they get the fries.
Yeah. Like if you
Love that.
dipped the fries in the shake, then it tasted like vanilla, and if you had it by itself, it tastes like berries.
Fascinating. Are they still selling it
Yeah.
or no?
No, it was just for
Oh.
like part of the month of June or July. I think June. Yeah.
I missed out, man.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
I know,
Grimace,
me too.
wherever
Because
you
I was like, oh, I want to go try Grimace Shake, and literally the day that I said that, I looked it up, and it was like, oh, yesterday was the last day to get them.
Ugh.
I was like, are you kidding?
We're sorry. Pour one out for Grimace, everyone.
Pour Grimace Shake out for Grimace.
For Grimace.
Yeah, it said it said Orange Dancing Daisy. Imagine if Kongregate does a Grimace birthday event and then did this. So, yeah, so those are all of them. Not so how do I say this? During our next live stream, the next companion event will be happening on Discord. So you'll be able to start guessing what you think the next one will be, and then when we come back from that weekend, that whatever that companion is will be the companion badge of that week.
Woo.
Yes. And this a week from today, 10 a.m. Pacific time. Google what time zone that is in your time zone.
Figure it
Or
out.
Google what time it is in your time zone, I mean. We'll be playing Idling to Rule the Gods, and the game developer will be in the chat with us. Yes. So, thank you so much for joining us for this extra long live stream. It was like double the
dang.
amount of time because Taryn was obsessed.
I'm
with the
so
game.
sorry, y'all. I was like literally disassociating while I was playing, man. Mike also came in clutch with the tips. So, I mean,
Yeah.
Mike helped me improve. Thank you, Mike.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good live stream. People can like go through and be like, okay, where's the tips? Where's the questions I want to know about my fave game developer? All that. But anyway, see you next week.